Is Wednesday, May 6, 2026, and you are witnessing history. Every single market is straight up. The S&P is straight up. Every single red candle is bought and higher. Every single red candle is bought and higher. We are now 37 days into the biggest bull market in history, in stock market history, and you're seeing it happen. You're alive to see it, baby. We just had a massive top wick at the start, and of course, instant bottom wick to go higher because the market doesn't know how to sell anymore. We have 870 million of calls purchased. We have 2.2 billion in puts purchased, and yet the market goes up. We have a trend line, of course, that's about to be breached because trend lines only work for the bulls. We have liquidity up to 28,500 on NASDAQ Bookmap liquidity. If you're looking at the S&P, we have liquidity, very light structure, up to 73.60, which is another 5 points higher. Of course they're going to go for that because the market only knows how to go up from now until the end of time. You only buy red candles. That's all you do. You never short. If you see a red candle form, you move as fast as possible to get to the buy button to press it. That's it. That's the only way to trade nowadays. In fact, lately I've kind of adopted a strategy where I've gone down to the 1 second chart so I could get into a red candle faster. It works a little bit better. 1.9 billion of puts purchased, 1.2 billion of calls sold. I hope you did not short anything this morning because they are shoving it down the entire market's face. Up and 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 up. For 37 days straight, the market only knows how to buy. Enjoy it now because when the S&P is under 3,000, you're going to wish these days were still here. 73.58 and still going, baby. Every single economic metric in the country is completely in the gutter. Gas is hitting new all-time highs. Oil prices are outrageous. People can barely afford to eat. The stock market, straight up all day, every day, baby. Straight up all day, every day. Buy it up. All day, every day, straight up. 2 billion of puts purchased, by the way. Hey, but at least the Dow's at 50,000. Yeah. So, here, let's go to the 30-second chart. Why are we even on the 5-minute chart? It's too long. Let's go down to the 1 second chart. That way we can see how quickly we can get into a red candle. There we go. 73.60 is the main liquidity up top. Right here. 73.58. All right, there we go. There's a 50 cent red. Did you buy it? Ah, dang, I missed it. Here on the 10-second chart. Oh, there's another 25-cent candle. Dang. I missed the bear market there. Dang it. Still going. 73.60. Straight up all day, every day. What's really going to blow your mind is if they continue this the entire month of May and we end up at 32,000 on NASDAQ by May 30th. It's crazy. Hold on, I got to get the YouTube up and going. I'm dead serious. I actually use a 30-second, 15-second chart every day. There you go, man. There you go. All right, we just filled the 73.60 liquidity, which is the top side main liquidity level. They're putting some more down at 73.30, but there's no way they'll put on a generational short 30 points, 20 points down on the S&P. Might as well, the 73.30 might as well be, 6,500. 1.1 billion of calls purchased. There you go, new high, still going, of course. 73.60 and straight up, baby, all day, every day. Buy every single red candle. Don't do anything other than buy. But why is it up? Who's making the money? I don't get it. The only thing I know is manipulation. Well, I mean, there's no good reason for this to go up. I mean, there's some technical things you could discuss there in terms of why we're going straight up all day, every day. One of which is that inflation is so incredibly bad that, you know, prices are naturally be lifted and the market is artificially pricing that in. Other than that, there is no rhyme or reason. So, in fact, we have a very large number of the S&P stocks are actually nearing their lows, while, of course, this is happening. But it is what it is. Other than that, you can't figure out why. It's just you have to look for the high volume triggers. And that's it. Don't forget, so many of these big companies are also going to get missing tariff refunds. They already passed those costs on the consumers too. That is true too. Yeah. Nice, JDM. It's awesome. So hanging out at 73.60 here, all we're doing is absorbing to go higher. Don't even get it in your brain that we're going down. Straight up, baby. Straight up all day, every day, baby. There we go, 73.61. We're about to fly. You know what's funny? You know what's funny? You know that little fear and greed index they pass around the internet, which I think is bogus anyway, but it's interesting. When we had that minor little bitty sell back in, what was it, March, where we spent 2 days below the range, that thing switched to extreme fear. We've been going straight up for 37 days in the biggest bull market in history, and it's not even hit extreme greed yet. That's pretty interesting. So we are now stuck to 73.60. Now they're going to 73.65. We have 2 orders at 75.25, so I'd expect that's where we're going to go today. That'd probably be a pretty decent target to go for. I swear the administration is trading. Of course they are. I already knew that. There's a big move, 73.62. Launchpad, baby, 73.70, 73.75, 73.80, and then even higher from that. Up, up, and away, baby. 1.2 billion calls purchased. Up, up, and away, up, up, and away. Thank you, as long as I'm not the only one who's baffled. Every single person in the market is baffled. Every single person is baffled. And that's okay. We don't need to understand why. We just need to play the volume spikes. That's it. When this crap dumps, it's going to be twice as fast on the way down. 100% it is. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to get absolutely wrecked. It's going to be a generational short opportunity. But first, you can't front run that. You have to look for the volume spikes. We already know that that the S&P is going to go below 4,000. But first, we got to go up. There's a small little red down to 73.61. Instant bottom wick back up. That's why we're on the 1 second chart, so we can see how fast we can get into a red candle. You buy every single red. There's 73.64 and up. 73.65 and up. 73.66. Let's go. You have to get into every single red candle as fast as you possibly can in order to make money. Up, up, and away. 73.65 is the next target. After that, 70, then 75. Overnight levels. Let's go take a look at the overnight levels. Right here at 66, which is now only 3 points away. We're going to blow right through that and head on up to 73.70. Straight up, baby. This is now 38 days in a row, straight up action. Not a single retracement in 38 days. Up, up, and away. Straight up, baby. Here's the daily chart, of course. We've never seen anything like this. Market history is being made, and we're about to blow right through 73.65 and go to 73.70. $1.3 billion calls purchased. What's the chain looking like? They sold a little bit of puts, but we're still carrying 1.7. But the thing here is that now they're slamming the calls. We got 1.3 billion in calls, and they're just absolutely piling it. They've purchased 2 billion worth of calls since 10 a.m. So still going. 520. There we go. 73.66. Now we're going to 73.70. Straight up. Buy every single red candle you can possibly get. Don't even think about it. Just buy. Full port, 15 minis, buy. Oh, I'm just going to stroke out at day 50. Yeah, this is pretty aggravating, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I'll make my money on the way down. Straight up, baby. Straight up. All day, every day. All day, every day. $1.8 billion of puts and 1.3 billion calls purchased. Straight up, baby. Straight up, straight up, straight up. All day, every day. All day, every day. Straight up. There's a data center being approved in Utah that's 40,000 acres. A building is 40,000 acres. How is that even possible? I guess that's how much data it takes to build algorithms to make the market go straight up. ES is still straight up, baby. New high of the day, of course. Did you actually think they were going to go down today? Negative. 73.70 just got tapped. Liquidity. And now we're going to 73.75, 73.80. Straight up all day, every day. You buy, 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 buy. That's it. Straight up. This is it. There's the daily chart. That's all we're going to see. Straight up all day, every day. How are they even going to power that? It's Utah. Well, I mean, that's the main concern, of course, is that how are they going to power all of these data centers? And now we have a 40,000 acre building, which I literally don't even know how you build that. Power pipeline. Oh, that is hilarious. In 1 year, it'll use more energy than the entire state. Yeah. You know what they're going to do? They're going to build Google bots, and we're going to have to use Google bots to power them, just like Rick and Morty. Go sell them solar panels. There you go. Can't wait for the personal water rationing. Yeah. $1.6 billion calls purchased straight up, baby. They just put on a little bit of orders at 73.50, but that is just chum to get you to start shorting. Don't do it. Don't get sucked into it. This is straight up all day, every day. Don't short anything. Just buy. All day, every day. Chasing, 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 baby. Every red candle is just inventory to go higher. Straight up. There we go. 73.70. Straight up. Now we're going to 75. Now we're going to 75 all day, every day, baby. Straight up. No shorting, no top ticks. All day, every day. Straight up. 40-point recovery on the S&P. They're going to power them by raising our energy bills. I remember a hedge fund manager saying during the dot-com bubble that I knew this is going to end in tears. I just don't know when. Oh, this is 100% going to end in destruction, utter destruction. There's no way it's not going to. It's just a matter of timing it, 100%. And that's my job, is to chill until I see the exact right point where I want to take an entry, because this is going to destroy everyone. You know why? Because that's what it's always done. The market doesn't change. The market's always going to do what it's always going to do. In fact, you can go back and read stories of the dot-com area where everybody was opening up brokerage accounts where everybody wanted to buy tech. Or I'm sorry, not tech, but .com stocks. It was the easiest money in the world. You mind if you share Hero early? Yeah, sure. Go ahead, Phil. They're putting on a little structure down to 73.50, but man, you need to be dang accurate for any kind of short position. Up, up, and away. Up, up, and away. Difference is those companies are now critical infrastructure, whether we like it or not. Until people start burning them to the ground for destroying their communities, then we'll see how critical they are. But yeah, unfortunately, you're probably right for now. Barbara Streisand was day trading. Martha Stewart was doing a little trading of her own, if I remember that. Of course, that was a little after the .com. That was more like, I guess, GFC, but that was like 2004, 2005. Can't wait till that happens somehow. Well, you just got to back people into a place where there's no way out. You know, that's the only thing. And eventually that day will come. Hopefully, at least. 2.1 billion puts purchased, 1.6 billion calls sold. We have a little bit of structure to 73.50 here, but still, they're bottom wicking everything. How's gold looking? Let's take a look. Gold is putting on a high volume top tick, but they're buying back up still. Again, just the short trade is not going to work unless you're shorting a product that is going to make the S&P go up, which is like oil. Oil goes down, we might be able to see it, even though right now they're putting on a high volume bottom wick. So all that to say. Director Kash Patel confirms the UFO files have been delivered for release. Massive green candle. I told you to buy every single red. No shorting. Buy every red, baby. Buy it up. Two-point red candle instantly hammered back up, and we're going, baby. We're going. 73.70, 73.75, 73.80, 73.90. Up, up, and away. 2.1 billion puts purchased. Take out all the good stuff like the Epstein files. Yeah, we're just clowns to them. All we are is cattle. $73.67. NASDAQ is still going straight up here too. NASDAQ has taken out their high of the day. They haven't taken out their overnight high yet. They still have another 100 points for that, which I'm sure they'll get. CL put on a high volume top tick there. VIX is hanging out 16.95. Booyah. Every single red candle's bought up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze up every day, baby. Up every day. New all-time high on the S&P. Now we're going to 75. Once we hit 75, we'll pull back on the stick and hit the afterburners. Did you meet any Area 51 dudes? I have never met an Area 51 dude. Unfortunately, I'd like to know. Suspicious. That's right. Yeah. Up, up, and away all day, every day. No shorting. Do we have any odds of an ES rollover here? I mean, I don't know, man. We have high volume. We have the smallest of top ticks in the world. But shorting this market is suicide. In any way, in any capacity. So, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, even since the rollover this morning, every single candle was bottom wicked. There hasn't been any sustained drawdown without a bottom wick. So even on the reds, they're being bought. There's no real true selling here. There's no flow down. There's no supply. It's just buy up all day, every day. So we might get a rollback over to like 73.55, 73.60, but every red will still be bottom wick. It'll just trickle down until we get a flushing high volume top wick, which we haven't gotten since March. There's no short position here to be had. And even when you do get a short position that's successful, you've got to keep the stops very tight. There's a big green. Buy every single red. Still going. Still going. All day, every day, buy up. No such thing as shorting. All day, every day. All day, every day, up, up, and away. Buy every dip. What else we got? Gold's coming back down. CL is holding 95. NASDAQ is still going up. The S&P is still going up. We're just getting ready for a hammer candle. We're just basing until we go to 78 or 7,400. Another massive bottom wick on the hourly chart, which is more bullishness for upward pricing. We're about to hit 73.70. There's a topside liquidity. Then we're going to 75. And then we're going to blast. They may not even give you a red candle to buy on this. You may have to just chase the greens on this one. Up, up, and away, baby. Up, up, and away. Ted Turner has died. $73.71 still going, baby. They're just skyrocketing all day, every day. All day, every day, baby. Up, up, and away. Straight up. No selling. You only buy. You only buy. All day, every day. You just buy. Buy, 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 buy. No shorting. If you see a red candle, and like I said, we've talked about this for 2 weeks now. The only time you can even consider a possible short position is the first 15 to 30 minutes of the session. That's it. That's their inventory. That's their shakeout for the morning. Everything else is a straight buy. Ripping into tearing buy. That's it. You only buy. If you do anything else, you're going to get destroyed. So if you want to short, you do it in the first 15 to 30 minutes, and that's it. $73.70. Still going. Nice day. It's a fantastic day, man. It's extraordinary. Price action is incredibly easy to read. You just buy. That's it. There's no selling. There's only one side of the trade. It's like South Korea when they turned off their short selling for their markets. That's all it is. Up, up, and away. 73.71. Now we're going straight up. Let's go 73.75. All day, every day. Straight up. Only buying. Only buying. All day, every day, baby. Straight up. The good news is I've secured now 3 days in a row of a nice little payout with Take Profit Trader. I've been sticking to micros lately because the market's pretty crazy. And it's, a couple of $100 here and there per account. It's nice. It's nice. It's the best prop firm in the business, Take Profit Trader. Highly encourage you to go try it out. OMTPT, there you go, baby. There you go. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. 73.71 the S&P. Still going. 73.75 straight up. No shorting. No shorting. You only buy. Buy every single red candle you see. Straight up. It's easy peasy. Easy peasy. Straight up. $73.73 straight up, baby. We're now 50 points recovered from the lows. Just buy. All day, every day. Straight up. When you homeschool your daughter, you should start a YouTube channel. The Teen Seer Day Trader. No, I would never get them into day trading. I want them to enjoy their life. They will be investing, though, and doing some sort of swing trading, just not day trading. All right, ES is going, NASDAQ is going, 73.74, 73.75 on NASDAQ, straight up. Here comes the last bit of liquidity. All day, every day, you buy, straight up. Buy every red candle. All day, every day is straight up. Don't do anything else other than buy. All day, every day, baby. All day, every day, straight up. Market doesn't know how to do anything but to go straight up. This is absurd. Of course it is. It was absurd in 1998. It was absurd in 2005 and 6 and 7. And it's absurd now. 73.75 next on deck. Hmm. Bottom wick, of course. We already knew that was going to happen. Hmm. Still going. Still going. Let's see what we got. I'm going to write a book on the big crush. It's called The Last Kermit. Yeah. Did you buy the red and go higher? Did you buy it? Every single red for higher, baby. Straight up. We are in melt up, blast off, whatever you want to call it. Straight up. Bubble, whatever you want to call it. All the way up. Busy day for me, so I've just gotten sidelined during this movement. So I've just been sidelined during the movement. Did you take any trades? I did, yeah. Took a short this morning and a long late this morning. And that's it, man. All micros. All micros. Is there an ice mute button? There is. Yes, it's the little X in the top right of your screen. 1.9 billion of calls purchased, 1.9 billion in puts purchased. Buying them both. Buying them both. Hmm. Still going. 73.75 new high. Still going. Liquidity here on the Bookmap is 73.75. That's the last line. All day, every day. Still going. 73.74. The only time you should ever even consider short positions is when we have afternoon sells that close below the open. That's it. Or the morning low. That's it. Without that, it's only longs. Where has Dan been this morning? Dan's been gone this morning. He's been gone. All right. Stopped for me. So I'm definitely not doing any shorting. So I am back to flat. Doing nothing. Doing nothing. Straight up all day, every day, baby. All day, every day. I know we're going up for legitimate fundamental. We are not going up for legitimate fundamental reasons. But Lord have mercy. Meaningful pullback would be nice. See, if we had meaningful pullbacks and inventory gathering and a little bit of retracement, then yeah, I would say that this is legitimate. Like 2021, for example. 2021 was a fantastic example of a strong bull trend that was healthy. It was very aggressive, but we still had days of pullbacks. We still had a couple of days of selling. We still had nice little moves. This is euphoria buying. This is nonsense. This is garbage. So straight up every day, baby. All day, every day. All day, every day, straight up. Bottom wick. Bottom wick. Maybe this afternoon we might get a top tick with the amount of puts that we're seeing, but I mean, you can't play without a 3C without a 3C, man. Look, there was no volume spike and an instant bottom wick back up. You buy every single red candle until you see a high volume sweeping top wick. This is why the 3 C's are so important. March 20 to 2021. This can't go for this long, can it? Well, the thing is, though, in that movement, if you go back and look, there were still plenty of days of selling. There were still plenty of retracements, and that was just a bull trend. So bull trends can go on for incredibly long years. I mean, go back and look from the post-GFC recovery. I mean, bull markets can go for years. But there's got to be some sort of retracement to pull back and then regather and bounce and go up. That's just the way markets work. This, I mean, we're going to have a nice retracement eventually. I mean, this is ridiculous. This was definitely a speed run. What's up, J-Dog? How you doing, buddy? J-Dog. Bear market of 10-12, yeah. We have 2.5 billion of puts purchased, and we finally hit that topside liquidity. We have a very minor top tick so far, very minor. Nasdaq never caught up to the overnight high that the S&P did, and bottom wick on Nasdaq. All right, bottom wick on Nasdaq, aggressive bottom wick on the S&P off the stupid trend line. So there you go. High volume bottom wick too. Call Axios, yeah. They could do the old lunchtime flipperoo, still holding the puts. Yeah. I love when I finally get to consistently plotting overnight levels and they become meaningless. Well, they'll become meaningful again soon. When there is a wick on both sides of the candle, how do you determine that's either a top or a bottom wick? You can't. You can't. So a doji, by principle, is neutral. Now, you can derive some information on it depending on where that doji forms. High, low, resistance, support, volume, and no volume. A high volume doji is an anomaly, and that usually is signs for you're about to see expansion somewhere. Bloomberg says that the oil tanks in the United States will run empty in July. Oh man, that should get the S&P to 9,000. Massive bottom wick on NASDAQ, of course, and right on back up. NASDAQ hammered all the way. Of course, every single red is only fuel for higher. Every single red candle is only fuel for higher. That's all it is. Until you have a high volume top wick, that is. Because right now we just had a high volume bottom wick. Until you see a high volume top wick, every red candle is only inventory to go higher. That's why I'm telling you, I'll buy every single red you see until you get a 3C top wick. Period. That is it. Rocket ships all day, every day, baby. All day, every day. Wonder if Trump knew the starting the Iran conflict would cause this a reaction. I mean, call me a cynic, but I think that this was because he wanted to do the market. I think everything leads to the stock market with him. Obviously. Massive green, the biggest green so far, the biggest green rally since the 9:30 on NASDAQ. Blast off. 50 points straight up on NASDAQ, and NASDAQ is finally about to start to catch up to 630. All day, every day, straight up. ES just bounced. Do nothing but buy. You buy every single red. Every single red you see, you buy. Just buy, 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 buy. That's it. No shorting. You buy every single red candle you see. Company earnings continue to exceed and beat expectations. Isn't that what essentially drives the market higher? Negative. Negative. And not every one of them is doing that too. I mean, the mega caps are, but I mean, mega caps never miss earnings. Never. You go back in history on NVIDIA, how many times have they missed earnings? One time. So if you go by that metric, then the market will never go down because the markets always beat expectations. Unless there's a severe economic reasoning like coronavirus, the mega caps will always, always, always beat earnings because they cook the books to beat earnings. So that's why I don't like to look at news for market events or earnings or news or anything like that. I don't like to look at that stuff for controlling a market direction on the macro scale. Maybe, you know, obviously volatility and headline postings are going to affect short-term movement on the market, but long-term stuff, I don't like to look at that stuff. And the market's always forward-looking. It's efficient in pricing in macro data to the long term. And we're trying to figure out what is the macro data long term that is causing this type of movement. And I think everyone's kind of pointing towards AI. The market's pricing in unlimited financial resources for everybody, is what appears to be the common theme here. Biggest move here. You see what they do? So they can't blast through 560 yet. They've got to put on a small red to get people shorting. Then they blast it back up. And now, how many retail traders are now short at 28,518 on NASDAQ? The exact low of the price, because that's exactly what they're trying to do. But they weren't watching the volume. The volume spike showed us what they were trying to do at 11:13 Eastern. All that was chum to go higher. Blast off. Up, up, and away. All day, every day. 580. Buy every single red. Oh, channel isn't in sync. Yeah. Back day. Heck yeah, J-Dog. All day, every day you buy. You go up and up and up. All day, every day. Every day, every day. $28,570. ES is going. Once it takes out 73.75, it's going to 73.90. All day, every day. Buy up. Every single red, baby. Buy it up. 1.3 billion calls purchased. 1.9 billion puts sold. I'm sorry, puts purchased, but they're in the process of selling puts. And still going. VIX is 1712. NASDAQ just launched 60 points. All day, every day, straight up. If you notice where the high volume spikes are occurring, they're occurring at the lows. What does that tell you? When all the volume spikes are occurring at the lows, that is accumulation on the shorter time frames. Up, up, and away. Up, up, and away. Got some lotto puts? Man, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't be doing that. Lotto puts are a recipe for disaster. I mean, lotto puts, hopefully a lotto put is a true lotto where it's extremely small amount of money, which whatever. But this is the market where you have to wait for confirmation of high volume spikes or you're going to get creamed. You're going to get creamed. They just put on NASDAQ 150 orders. It's 28,712, which is 140 points higher. All the liquidity is higher anyway. 587, 612, 625, 712. Everything is straight up. Nothing is lower except the big stuff way down, which is going to be more of a macro event. All day, every day. Bottom wick on NASDAQ. All day, every day. Shouldn't be doing a lot of what I'm at least you know. At least you know. Took lotto calls on the bounce this morning since I'm working. It can only respond to alerts. There you go. That's a smart move. Big old bottom wick on ES and NASDAQ to go higher. Buy every single red candle, baby. We're going up. 48 hours of straight green. Dude, 38 days of straight green. There ain't nothing. Except all day, every day. Bottom wick. Up. Buy everything. The only time you can even consider short positions is in the first 15 to 30 minutes of the session. That's where they're putting on the opportunity to put on a short. That's the inventory gathering. Outside of that, it's all up every day. All day, every day. Straight up. If you want a short, play the first 30 minutes. After that, they leave the buy button on. All day, every day. We are in a very blow off top, melt up, whatever you want to call it. Put whatever definition you want on it. It's happening. Straight up. $73, $72 on the S&P, still going. Look at that. NASDAQ is literally vertical. I'm sorry, NVIDIA, I guess same thing. It's vertical, 206.6. Microsoft went vertical, they're top ticking. Buy anything you want, it's going to go up. 28,580 still going. NASDAQ is about to go. It's going, baby. Going, going, going. Still going, baby. 28,580. You need 1-800 bets off. I don't know what that is. What about the 2B instructional puts? 2 billion institutional. How can that be read? Well, like I was saying, that's what I'm saying. There's a good chance they'll give us an afternoon top tick because I'm seeing a lot of positioning for it. It's just right now they've also piled into 1.4, and this is the theme of every session going back to the end of March. Is they put on the first half hour of a little bit of a top tick, a little bit of a red move, and then they bounce it, and then they do this, where it's not only green, but it's relentlessly green, where it's nonstop, straight up, every candle's bought. So regardless of the puts, is that you cannot play a positional short until you have a 3C top tick. That's it. And there's nothing else to really look at here. Everything is just straight up. Until you have a high volume top tick, you cannot short. Period. Right now, that's what the market's doing. I mean, look at the 1 minute. We're on the 1 minute chart, and every single red is bottom ticked. So you cannot even consider short positions. Not to mention, look at Bookmap. Bookmap has liquidity all the way up to 28,712, which would put us at a new all-time high on Nasdaq. So until you get a 3C top wick, if you're even thinking about short positions, don't do it. It's not worth getting yourself a nice little 10-point scalp short to risk the continuation and the frustration of blowing off to 700 and 715. In that case, when you want to go calls, yeah, if you haven't already been calls, I mean, I don't want to tell you to short a high, or sorry, long a high, although who knows when the highs actually is. It's just right now this is extended. And this right here is the problem with the difficulty of such an extended market. It's impossible to short, but when does the top occur? Like it's weird to continue to buy these prices when in normal conditions you expect pullbacks. But in these conditions that go up and up and up every day, it's very difficult to continue to buy the highs like this. So all you can do is if you want to short, you play the first 30 minutes, 15, 30 minutes. Other than that, high volume top ticks, and then that's it. You just go straight up every day. That's it. Right now we have 2.2 billion puts. Yeah. Nvidia's up 5%, Meta's up 1.3, Google's up 1.9. The cleanest play of the day so far, in my opinion, was oil short. Oil put on a beautiful 3C top tick. So if you want to short something, go find something else other than ES and NASDAQ. Like oil. Oil put on a beautiful position this morning that we called out. That was fantastic, which was right here. They had the liquidity move too. Big green, 97.22, high volume top tick. They cleared down 3Cs, and you'd still be in a profitable position there. Whereas NASDAQ is just setting up for a higher price. 28,580 and straight up. How do you use spot gamma for long-term and day trading? I don't really use spot gamma for long-term trading. I only use it for day trading, maybe a couple of days here and there. But I mainly use it for their trace and their hero. The trace indicator is the option positioning. Their hero indicator is a 0 DTE flow of the options, which in this case is showing put buying and I guess temporarily call selling. Let's pull our money in by AI.com. Yeah. Anyway, that is 10:30, 11:30 Eastern time, so I do have to call this a day. If you have any questions, please throw them at me right now. Do not short anything unless you have a 3C high volume top tick. That's it. That'll keep you safe. If NASDAQ heads back to the overnight highs of about 735, which is looking likely here momentarily, then you could look for a high volume spike. But the market conditions are not conducive for erroneous short positions. You've got to be incredibly accurate and incredibly analytical. Otherwise, you just buy and you hold. And of course, maintain micro positions. I'm a big fan of micros in these conditions because it mitigates your risk. And you don't have to stress out over, a momentary entry that is not that great. So, appreciate y'all hanging out with us. I will see you next Wednesday for the Bookmap. Otherwise, you can come join us in the server to learn a little bit more about the market and, of course, the 3Cs. Y'all have a good rest of the day. I'm out. See you.